What dreams and goals do you have in your head that have been there for a good long while now? We all have these dreams and we all have these achievements that we want to do. And a lot of times they get stuck in our head. So, how long have you been thinking about these dreams? Has it been like weeks or months or even years that you've been thinking about this, but you haven't actually taken the leap to start working towards them? So many people believe that thinking about their dreams and having all of these ideas and dreaming about it, about their goals, is a way of actually making progress. This is when you're planning and planning, but you're never really producing any concrete results. And this is because you can plan until you're blue in the face, but nothing is going to actually happen until you actually start taking action. So in this video, I'll give you 3 tips on how to go from the overthinking paralyzed planner to an action taker and goal achiever. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is DeLorean and I am an anxiety and confidence coach. And I help people calm their busy minds, focus, and get more things done without all of the stress. And I work with my clients on kind of quieting that inner critic and building confidence so that they can successfully move towards their goals. So let's talk about this plan being stuck in a paralyzed planner. Planning makes you feel like you're being productive and making progress. Have you ever felt this way? You feel like you've got all of these ideas and you start planning and researching and you feel like you're being productive. But the hard truth is, cool. So you've planned and then you've planned some more and then you've researched and planned some more, but you haven't actually done anything. You're not moving towards your goal at all. You're just thinking about it and dreaming about it and wishing, but you're not actually doing anything. So you can't think your way into achieving your goal. You have to actually start taking action. So a lot of times this thinking and planning can actually become a form of procrastination and absolutely will hold you back from achieving your goals. We end up telling ourselves that we're being productive, but the truth is that we're procrastinating and doing a bunch of busy work and busy thought planning and research that doesn't actually count as taking action. So let's talk about what happens when you don't take action with your goals. I'm sure you already know, but I just want to kind of touch base with this here. So to be blunt, when you don't take action with your goals, you lose time and you blow opportunities. And sometimes, those opportunities can pass and then you can't get time back, or the only time you have is now. So, because here's the thing, time is going to pass anyway. So it's going to pass anyway, whether you go for your goals or not. So think about yourself 1 year from now, or even 5 years from now. Where will you be? What will you be doing? What will you have accomplished by then? Or what will you have not accomplished by then? Or let's even shorten that to, let's say, 3 months from now. Ask yourself these same questions. What will you have done in 3 months? If you have a goal that you'd like to get done in 3 months and you haven't started working towards it, where will you be? You'll be right back where you are right now with no goal accomplished, right? So I'm sure you can kind of see my point here. Your goals aren't going to happen in the future unless you start taking action now. And that's just the fact. So, and like I said, time is going to pass anyway. So why not make a move now? Why wait until everything is perfectly ready? Because there's never a perfect time for anything. Life is always going to be happening. And, so saying things like, I'll start when things slow down a bit, or I'll start whenever I feel better, or I'll start working on my goal whenever I gain more confidence, or I'll start whenever I have a day off because it's just so busy lately and I have all this going on. And so whenever I have a day off, I'll finally start. Or I'll start when I stop feeling so overwhelmed, or when everything in the world is not happening right now, right? Those kind of sound familiar. And like I said, life will never allow you to be perfectly ready. There is no perfectly ready time. So waiting for the perfect time to start anything is typically a form of procrastination, which can actually be because of some deep down fears that you may have going on in there. Whether it be fear of failure or fear of success. A lot of people have fear of what will happen, what will life be like if I actually succeed at this? Things will be different, and that will mean that I'm not going to be in my same comfort zone that I'm comfortable in, right? So if you passively wait for the perfect conditions, you may just end up waiting forever and missing your chance, to be honest. So let's get into the 3 steps. So I have 3 steps for you on how to move from being a forever planner and thinker and into a doer so that you can actually achieve your goals instead of just thinking about them for years and years. So the hardest and sometimes really the scariest part of going for your goal is taking that first step. Sometimes it's hard to force ourselves to just get started. And trust me when I tell you this, once you take that first step, now you've got the ball rolling. And soon that momentum it'll give you like a rush of motivation, and you won't be able to stop because everything that you accomplish, all the small action steps that you'll be doing, you'll accomplish those and you'll feel like, yeah, I did that. I really did that. And this is moving and this is happening. It's actually happening. So taking that first step is the hardest, but once you do get started, you'll really start to get all of that excitement and motivation going for you. So how do we overcome that hurdle of taking that first scary step? Because it is scary. It's scary to start something new. Our minds are kind of wired to stay in our comfort zone and be safe and not take chances and be, that's kind of why your mind starts to develop all of these fears and these thoughts of, oh, well, let's not start that because this might happen. So our mind is kind of wired to keep us safe. So how do we overcome that hurdle of taking that first step? Number 1 is to write everything out. Write out your goal, write out all the action items. And what I mean by that is oftentimes we start working, or we don't start working on our goal because the thought of the goal of achieving that goal actually overwhelms us. So we end up thinking of all the things that we have to do in order to even get started to work towards that goal. And a lot of times it's a lot of things that you have to do to get a goal, to actually accomplish a goal, right? And then we start to feel overwhelmed and like, oh, I have all this stuff that I have to do. And, you start thinking of all the things, but we feel overwhelmed. And then you end up doing nothing because you are so overwhelmed and you can't, narrow it down. So what happens if you end up doing nothing? You're not going towards your goal. And you end up 3 years from now with still in the same place that you were 3 years ago, with no goal accomplished and still feeling like, oh man, I really wish I could work on that goal. So overwhelm comes from seeing too big of a picture. And this can be countered by breaking things down into bite-sized chunks. So when you see a big plate of food, you don't try to eat all of the food all at once, right? You take small bites to eat the whole plate of food or whatever it is you're trying to do. So it works the same way with overwhelm and achieving any kind of goal that you want to do. Break it down into bite-sized chunks. So first, write out your one specific goal that you want to achieve. And try not to be super broad with this. Write out just the one goal that you want to do. So next, write out the things that you would need to do to achieve this goal. And on this step, don't hold back. Write out everything that you need to do to achieve this goal. Try not to let the overwhelm you. Just write out everything at this point. So say, for example, you have a goal of being more active and losing 15 pounds. So your list would look something like, at the top of the list, get more active and lose 15 pounds. And then you can write things that I need to do to make this happen. And you can put things like research a workout plan that I actually enjoy, because let's be honest, you're not going to stick to a workout habit if it's something that you hate. So if you hate going to the gym and just walking on a treadmill or doing all the gymmy type stuff, then don't do that as a workout plan because you're not going to stick to it. But anyway, that's kind of off my point. So anyway, things I need to do to make this happen. Research a workout plan that I actually enjoy. Get a gym membership. Buy comfy workout clothes that I feel and look good in. Get new walking shoes, because how long has it been since you've bought new walking shoes? If you're anything like me, you wear shoes until they wear all the way out and have holes in them, but get some new walking shoes. Choose a time of day and what days I'd like to exercise. Research healthy foods or go shopping for healthy foods and create a weekly meal plan. So you're going to create this whole list of all of the things that you have to do to get active and lose 15 pounds. Okay, so number 2, my second tip for you is get yourself out of the planning phase and into the action phase by giving yourself a deadline. Like literally pick a date and put it on your calendar. So, and then you can post it on your wall, you post it in your bathroom, set a reminder notification in your phone, wherever you have to do, but put this goal in your calendar so that you have a deadline for it. When we give ourselves a deadline, we tell our brain that we have to get this done by a certain time. And it gives our mind like a sense of urgency and obligation. And it kind of cuts back on the, oh, I'll do it when I feel like it kind of thing that we tell ourselves, which, by the way, that's never going to happen. You're never going to just feel like doing something. So get it down in your calendar and get it kind of concrete, like make it so that you feel obligated to complete that task, and it's in my calendar. So you would write down something like, by XYZ date, I will have XYZ goal accomplished. So number 3, going back to your list that you wrote of all the action items that you need to do, schedule the action items into your calendar. So your goal is probably going to require a lot of action items to complete because, like I said, I'm sure you didn't hold back. Like I said, write down everything that you have to do to get that goal accomplished. So now you can put each to-do into your weekly and monthly calendar so that you can actually check off things, and it kind of, like I said, gives you that accountability to give you the obligation to get the things done that you need to be done to start working towards your goal. So for example, going back to our get active and lose weight, lose 15 pounds example, you could put, the number one thing that we had on there was research a workout plan that I actually enjoy. You can put that down on Monday at 6 p.m. And by the way, limit this time to only this day, because so you don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. But you can put Monday at 6 p.m. on your weekly calendar. I'm going to research a workout plan that I actually enjoy. Then you can do, pencil in on Tuesday at say noon on your lunch break, go down and get a gym membership. Get that on your calendar so that on Tuesday at noon, I'm supposed to go down and get a gym membership. Then you can schedule yourself to go shopping for new workout clothes or your new running shoes or walking shoes. Schedule that for yourself on Saturday at 10 a.m. So when you look at your calendar, this is what I'm doing. And then you can check those off. And of course, celebrate everything that you do. All of these action items that you do are wins. They're mini wins, but they're still wins. And so make sure that you do celebrate everything that you do. And celebrate could be smiling at yourself in the mirror, or patting yourself on the back, or just standing up and being like, yes, I did it. I checked that off my list. That's a celebration. Doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Doesn't have to cost a whole bunch of money or even any money. Just make sure you do celebrate every win that you do. So set your schedule and make the commitment to actually stick to it. So you're the one that's going to, hold yourself accountable for this, and make sure that when you do put these things in your schedule, actually do it. Treat it like this is very important to you, because it should be. It's a goal that you want to achieve. So make sure that you actually commit yourself to this goal. So like I mentioned, the hardest part of achieving a goal or starting a goal is actually getting started. But once you start taking action and get some momentum going, like I said, you'll soon start to feel that surge of motivation, and you'll start checking things off of your to-do list and celebrating those wins. And then before you know it, you've achieved your goal. And then, the sky's the limit. You'll feel amazing with yourself, because you've achieved this goal that you've been holding in your mind and thinking about in your mind for sometimes years. So I do have a question for you. So tell me in the comments, what is one goal you've been thinking about for some time now and would like to actually start working on? Most of the time, our anxious and overthinking thoughts are what keeps us from going for our goals. So I have created a free 15-page Overcome Anxiety Kickstart Guide and workbook. And this workbook is designed to teach you how to first become aware of those thoughts those thoughts that can stop you from going for your goals, those fearful thoughts of, well, what if this and what if this and I'm not sure and all of that. That's what this workbook is designed. It's designed to help you first catch those thoughts, because awareness is kind of the first step, and catch those before they get out of hand, because as we know, anxious thoughts can start to spiral, and then we just get into this horrible downward spiral of I can't and what if and what if. So, and then in the workbook, we work through how to relax those thoughts so that you can actually move forward. So I'll put the link to that free anxiety workbook in the description. And if you found this video helpful, please, please, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more anxiety and confidence tips, motivation, and inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye.